Hong Kong is a city of immigrants, many of whom come from mainland China. Over the past few decades, the immigrant flow has increased to a point where Hong Kong locals are concerned that they would take away the benefits that were rightfully theirs. Today I will talk about the cause, effects, and opinions about this issue, so please stay tuned. About 150 mainland immigrants per day, on average, have moved to Hong Kong since the 1997 handover, which is about 54,000 per year. This migration is voluntary, not forced, as these immigrants have the option to migrate to Beijing, Shanghai, and other large cities, but opt to move to Hong Kong because of specific push factors that I will explain later. Within these 54,000 immigrants, many are mainland mothers who travel to Hong Kong to give birth. According to statistics, about 88,000 babies were born in Hong Kong in 2010. Among them, about 41,000, or 45%, were given birth by mainland mothers. In comparison to this, more than 1 million Mexican immigrants migrate to the US every year, and 8,500,000 people were caught and deported, while 3,500 pregnant women have been caught entering Hong Kong. If mainland mothers give birth in Hong Kong, their children automatically get Hong Kong citizenship, which is an important pull factor, as they're given the right to live there, and most people believe that Hong Kong is a more safer, cleaner, healthier environment than in China. Another cool factor is that this child will be able to enjoy the free facilities, services, resources, and benefits that Hong Kong has to offer because he or she is now a Hong Kong citizen. This includes medical facilities, which are much more advanced compared to other areas of China. In addition, Hong Kong doctors are deemed more trustworthy as they have had a better education and better reputation. This also applies to adults and children from China migrating to Hong Kong, because a person who stays in Hong Kong for more than 7 years will be granted permanent residence. The push factors, or the cause of migration, would be low-paid jobs, the poor medical facilities, bad living environment in some areas, perhaps the law that prohibits a couple to have more than one baby, the opportunity of having a better life in Hong Kong, and the melamine-contaminated milk in mainland China, which illustrates an important push factor because they would be forced to come to Hong Kong to buy milk that is guaranteed to be safe. So what are the effects on the destination and the origin? There has been an explosive negative reaction from people in Hong Kong, and surveys show that people in Hong Kong generally have negative perceptions of new immigrants, because the immigrant flow has reduced their job employment opportunities and cut salary levels over the past 16 years. An influx of mainland mothers took advantage of the ruling, and the number of mainland babies born in Hong Kong increased, as well as the number of people leaving China with the intention of migrating to Hong Kong. The immediate disadvantage is that the mainland mothers have been draining Hong Kong's healthcare resources, and local mothers worry that there will not be enough hospital beds for themselves because of the mainland mothers giving birth. There have been protests, physical confrontations, and Facebook groups that have exceeded 800,000 members, all dedicated to stop these immigrants from entering Hong Kong. Mainland China is playing an increasingly important role in driving Hong Kong's development and economy. The exchange and convergence of mainland Chinese and Hong Kong is deepening, and the long-term advantage in this situation is that necessary manpower is provided to Hong Kong's aging community. In addition, these immigrants are causing social and environmental problems, such as littering and being rude and inconsiderate. This is because of their bad attitude and lack of respect for the environment and public places, as you can see by these images. Places in Hong Kong that are affected are Sha Shui Po, Mong Kok, Kwun Tong, and Sha Tin, the gathering areas of new immigrant families. This is because there are a lot of cheap split houses and 200 to 300 square feet room for rent in those areas for refugees to stay in. The government and immigration authorities have been working closely with mainland counterparts, accelerating efforts to support pregnant mainland women at the border. In conclusion, there are clashing opinions on the immigrants staying in Hong Kong, as the mainland government encourages mainlanders to move to Hong Kong in order to pursue a better life, and most Hong Kongers, including myself, disapprove of this because we believe that not only do they have bad manners and bad behavior, they are acting like they belong in our territory and can freely use our services, and this is clearly not the case. This issue remains unsolved, and there is little we can do to prevent their intentions apart from sending them to jail. Thank you for watching.